Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome back. I'm sharing from I'm sharing the mysteries of creation, and they're juicy, and they're raw, and they're real. And they come from 10 years of embodying the ancient wisdom of creation and unlocking the mysteries of my soul so that I could come to you. I'm trying to think of what to say so that I could present this to you. I am an oracle. I am a goddess. I am a god. I am a radiant diamond frequency. I have unlocked the mysteries of how to create anything and everything that we could possibly desire in this lifetime. This is most likely my last incarnation. I chose to incarnate into this lifetime, a lifetime of highly polarized energy, a lifetime of the collapse of the patriarchal society. And also, and the most important thing is that this is truly the time of the feminine rising. But I want to share with you that not all feminine are going to rise. Not all women are going to create extraordinary realities, first from the inside through their ancient wisdom and coding region, but into a physical manifestation of destiny. And not all women are going to do this. To live this life and to create a life of prophecy, a life of oracle, a life of extraordinary um, internal state of being that manifests into extraordinary, a life that loves you back, extraordinary in like all the ways. It takes a a woman who has already um, accomplished so much, but she's accomplished so much through the masculine way of living. And as best as possible, I'm going to describe what it's like to be a woman, a divine woman, who is shut off from your divine power, giving your power away to a reality that is not giving back to you, and being energetically depleted. And no matter what you try to do, you cannot achieve that inner state of being that feels like you are home within your heart. And I'll even go as far as saying this: when I was at home within my heart 10 years ago, my heart was messy AF. Okay. And now being at home within my heart feels like a return to love. It feels like a return to softness and gentleness, and to be nourished from the inside out. And in that, life nourishes, life gives to me. And I don't need to really ask because these desires are already within me. What I've mastered is a way of life where no matter what occurs, no matter what challenge occurs, I not only know that there is a solution to the challenge that I don't need to really work for, the solution shows up and I implement the solution, but there's no waste of energy. In the masculine life, and this has been, well, if you don't know this, I'm going to share this with you, that our educational system, how we were parented, and this is nothing against our educational system or our parents or our teachers or anybody else who has a kind heart, who is has a life of service, giving to others. This is all about the fact that who had the people who have guided us along that space, it has been built in a masculine energy, and the masculine energy is give it all and sacrifice my soul for success. Now, when I was a teacher way back when, I was all I wanted to do was make a difference in the world, right? All I wanted to do was share the information that I have to make a difference, to make the world a better place. But when I realized that the educational system that I was working in was a form of enslavement, and I realized that I wanted to change the system, the way that I changed the system was I left the system and I said, I'm no longer giving my time and my energy and my effort away to that system. I want to build a life where I'm telling the truth that we are as women and as men, and we co-create as women and men, especially when love is present, but we co-create all the time. And it's what we're co-creating that matters so much right now, because we can co-create a ripple that gives our time and energy away. And this is what I see a lot in marriages right now. I see that both men and women are giving their time and their energy away to a career, and they don't have the inner life force energy to actually create and co-create an extraordinary life that goes beyond the success into a feeling of sacredness and deep connection, magical state of being, a state of bliss that lasts and ripples and is the fabric of the entire existence in a career, right? So you go to work and you are full. As a man or a woman, you go to work and you're full. And it doesn't matter what happens to you all day every day, because you are full of your own bliss and your own magic, right? I call this like, you go on this extraordinary vacation, you come home and you feel all euphoric and there's no stress and there's no worry, and then boom, you get sideswiped by life and you come back and now you're living in reality. But what if that doesn't have to be your reality? And this is where the schools and the mystery schools, right? This morning, I decided to stay in bed a little bit longer. And I remembered some experiences that I had in Egypt where I tapped into the vibration and the frequency of the Egyptian magic, and how the goddesses like Isis created through internal wisdom, through unlocking the wisdom of her soul and vibrating, right? And just feeling, and my whole body lit up with this energy, and it was just like pulsating with energy. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is how every single woman should feel. Now, of course, right? My husband is still home, hasn't gone to work yet, comes in, he feels the energy and he's like, oh my God, you are so electrified right now, right? And that energy is shared. That is love as a currency. That is that is God's source creation energy. Okay. Now, how do we tap into this? Well, you've got to choose it. And this is something that if you haven't turned on that magic inside of you or awakened those ancient codes of wisdom and mystery and power and magic, if you haven't done that, then your first step would be work with someone who can do that. And I do. I turn on these energy codes, these frequency sequences, and I help you unlock them so that you can become the magical, radiant, powerful woman who is creating your own reality from an energy, frequency, currency of divine love. Now, there's a lot that I'm sharing with you, and this is why I'm going to continue to reinforce this in video after video after video. Take what resonates with you, and if you ever say to yourself, oh my God, she's speaking my language, if your jaw is dropping, being like, I've been waiting to hear this all my life, like I was when I heard this information, then please reach out to me. Either email me, book a coaching call, or DM me, wherever you're seeing this. But don't wait, because here's what's happening. The 911 is this. If you have been a divine feminine woman who has been disconnected from her power in living and working and giving your time and your energy and your efforts away to a masculine patriarchal society, which, hello, this has been all of us, because this has been what our world has been created on, by men, for men, and women have kind of been like, okay, well, we've got to do this. And you know that that is costing you your vital life force energy, aka you are selling your soul to this patriarchal energy and this society. And it is costing you because you are disconnected from your feminine power, your magic, your essence, and you can no longer, function because you're exhausted and depleted, because all of your vital life force energy is going right out the door. Okay. And it doesn't matter how much money you're making, you're still giving that power away. This is for you. So I can't remember where I was, but I'm going to get reconnected. Okay. So first of all, what's happening right now is anywhere that you are giving your energy away that does not support life is crumbling. And in that crumbling, there is an internal cry. Okay. And I'm hearing this. I'm feeling this in every fiber of my being, because we share a human consciousness. We share a human experience. We're all co-creating this. We're all in this together. And I am feeling the weight, the burden, the pressure of being a woman in a masculine society where we have been told by men, or we've been told by people that we must do this in order to be successful, or that we must follow this way in order to be successful. And I want to tell you that all of that is complete and utter bullshit. And to stop giving your power and your time and your energy away from that. And it might not happen all at once, but it's time to reclaim what is rightfully yours. And that is the power that you have inside of you as a divine woman, your inner radiance, your God source energy is also your soul. Now, there's a lot that has happened in our physical bodies and in our energetic body. And reminder that we are a physical body, but the energetics of us are are multidimensional. So the multidimensional aspect of us is also known as the soul. And if we've been disconnected from that multidimensional aspect, just being in the physical world right now is going through a lot of evolution, and that evolution is coming in the way of an upheaval. So think of it like this. If your reality is connected to the patriarchal, masculine created world, and this is not like a man created world, this is like structure. Okay, the structure of the fabric of our reality has been built on a rigid, you got to do it this way or else, structure. And it's based on control to make you fall in line, control to make you do it the right way or do it the way that everybody else is doing it. And if you are connected to that and you are meant to be in your divinity. So to be in your divinity means that the number one reason why you were born in this lifetime was to be in service to your soul, right? To serve a soul purpose. And that soul purpose is part of a God-given life. And I want to talk about what is the difference between a God-given life and a life where you are giving your energy away to a life that doesn't give back to you. And this is huge, okay? This is so big. And it's so powerful for you to be hearing this message right now. In a soul aligned life, okay, you are sovereign. In a soul aligned life, you are co creating with the authority of God that is already inside of you. And that does not come from outside of you. We're taught that the authorities are outside of us or external. And on the inside, if we are divinely meant to co create as our own gods, which I don't think that everybody is capable of this, because this is some work. This is some work. This is soul reclamation. This is rebirth. This is creating a life within you and birthing a reality. And in my experience, there have been a lot of people who have wanted to do this, but there have been a lot of people who just don't have what it takes to actually do this, because this is about soul liberation. But the first indicator that this is where you are, and this is a calling of your soul to come home to yourself, to your own power, is that you know that something is up. And how do you know that something is up? Life feels off. And how do you know that life feels off? You've lost your connection to yourself. You feel lost, you feel frustrated, you feel angry, and despite what you have in life, nothing, and I mean nothing, is fulfilling an emptiness that you know exists inside of your soul. Where has all that energy gone? It may shock you to know what's going on. It is deep. It is profound. And these things have been kept hush hush. Okay. Now, what can you do from here? If you know that you are ready to get your power back, if your light feels out, if you have lost your shine, if you have done everything to try to turn on that inner spark, first and foremost, I want you to know that you absolutely positively are not alone. This is happening all over the world to every woman, myself included. But thankfully, because this has been my entire life and my existence to bring this forward to you, I know what to do. So the first thing to do is you must learn how to release yourself from what is taking from you. If you know that there is an energy or a person or something that has happened in the past that has been taking energy from you, and what you really want is to create a life where life is giving to you, releasing that is the first thing. So because we're multidimensional, releasing that energy requires an internal release. There are many things that you can do in an internal release. The most basic one that you can do is you can let your body cry. You can cry. you can let go through crying. Okay, that's one way. The next thing that you do is you become present in the moment. And when you become present in the moment, you can choose a new reality. You can choose a new relationship, if you will, to what has happened to you. Now, this is really key. To create that other life where love gives to you, where life gives to you, beyond the material world, beyond the things, but really the that feeling inside of you. Whatever has occurred to you in the past, when you become neutral with whatever occurred, and what neutral means is that when you encounter a pattern that occurs over, here it comes again, I can't stop thinking about it, I can't stop being triggered by it, it's consuming me, it's making me feel this way. When you encounter that again, it's to choose a new relationship that shifts a little bit more into love. And this is something that, I said in one of my videos, it's not going to happen with a magic wand. I am the magic wand. I'm sharing with you the tools that are the magic wand, right? When you choose something that is a little bit closer to love in that moment, and you develop a new relationship with what has occurred in the past, you are opening up a new reality instantly. And this is where instant manifestation can occur. This is where you open up your heart, your soul, if you will, to a new reality. This is where in the quantum field, because you are an aspect of the quantum, when you open up that energy in quantum, in soul, in the heart, you open up a new possibility in the quantum field. And when you open up the new possibility in the quantum field, you instantly manifest a new potential. So the third piece is that when that physical manifestation of that new reality occurs, you are a new being in that reality, and you are making a new choice to walk through that doorway. So let me say this again, okay? I'm going to recap it from the top. We are in a fall of the patriarchal society. The things that have formulated and built the fabric of our existence are no longer sustaining our desires. We are vastly outgrowing what has been our history. And we are becoming the creators of a new reality. And that new reality can only be created from within ourselves as we choose to unlock our power, unlock our hearts, unlock our souls, to liberate ourselves, to return to ourselves as God's source creators. And as we do this, we become a co-creator with the divine energies of God, as we are our own gods. As we free ourselves, we create the realities that please us. The alternative is that we stay in a collapsing society that is void of life. To live in a society, in a reality that is void of life, drains your energy, disempowers you, leaves you in a constant state of triggers, sadness, lower vibrations. And it is the 911 from your soul saying, wait a minute, it's time to wake up to who I really am. When you co-create with a falling, collapsing, powerless society, you become part of that society. And that is where so many divine women are right now, myself included to an extent. The parts of me that are connected to a false identity, the parts of me that are no longer aligned with where I want to be or where God wants me to be, those things have collapsed. And in the collapse, in that collapse, there is always the opportunity to listen to your own internal 911. Something's not right here. This isn't what I asked for. I keep getting what I don't want. Why? Why? Because remember, we need the polarization to dive deep within us, to alchemize those lower emotions that are so frustrating and so angry. We don't want to create from those energies, because when we create from those energies, what happens is we become more and more and more depleted. We bring to us what we are. And if we are angry, frustrated, resentful, closed off, we can't receive the love that God wants to bring to us, that we already are on the inside. Why? Because the walls go up. And we do need walls. We need walls when we're doing our inner work. We need walls to protect our vulnerable selves, and they do have a purpose. But when those walls of anger, of rage, of frustration, when those walls are in control of us, and you are trying to connect and receive love, when you are trying to cultivate joy and happiness, and you are creating from a wall around a wounded heart, all that happens is you and somebody else's walls show up, and you are in a battle, and you're in a power struggle. And this is the most disempowering state that you can possibly be in, because you know on the inside that there's another way. That being at war with yourself because your heart is broken, because you haven't released the past and you haven't alchemized the pain into purpose and the pain into promise, God's promise of that life that you desire. And you intuitively know this isn't it. And if this isn't it, then what is? And I'm sharing with you that you have the opportunity to stop doing it that way, because it doesn't work. And start addressing the matters of your heart, that multidimensional being. Awaken the goddess, awaken the Sophia, awaken the Isis, awaken your soul, awaken to love. choose it, create it, be it. And as you do that, you create a life that loves you back. You bring to you from a space of openness, fullness, wholeness, connection, softness, radiance, golden, melted golden light inside of you. You bring that reality to you. So I see it as we're moving through this field of debris and chaos. And in the field of debris and chaos, we bring to us challenges. The challenges are to ask us to choose to release, to choose to approach from a new way, from a new perspective, from a new inner space, and then to create from love. Remember that you already are all of this inside of you. You are designed for this. And what happens when you do this consistently, when you make this divine, this is how you live in the divine energy, this is how you be your own God, is that in that debris that may feel dark, and it's like that dark forest, and it can be really messy and it can be really dark, what happens is this golden light and this golden pathway that is your connection to God and the external life that God has chosen for you, and that you as the God have chosen for you, and your desires that you have, that starts to come to you. That connection that you have to the quantum field, to the universe as a whole, that starts to say, there's space inside of this gorgeous vessel. She's doing it. She's releasing. She's alchemizing. She's embodying. She's becoming. She's evolving. She's growing. She's rising. And that is where God, the God that you are like, God, where are you? Right? Well, I'm going to answer that question. Where is God? God, as you are co-creating right now. And we're co-creating, some of us, with a false God. And this is the ego self. And when the ego needs to shed and die and fall away, those challenges are going to come. God's in you with the challenge and saying, what I'm looking for in this challenge is, are you going to be the alchemist? Are you going to be the evolutionary woman? Are you going to rise and expand and open and receive? Or are you going to stay closed behind the doors, frustrated, angry, and asking, why don't I have it? And the longer you stay in that place of why don't I have it, the longer you actually don't have it. I'm here to show you and help you remember how powerful you are. I'm here to help you reclaim the power that you already are on the inside. And for some of you, you are going to go on and create a God-given life where you will have an amazing purpose and you will fulfill a destiny and you will radiate not just from your external, but you will radiate from the truth of who you are as your own God. A message, a frequency field that is going to change the world. Because the world is asking so deeply to evolve and change. And that is why there are so many challenges. And I just see it as like a 911 emergency of the soul, emergency of the body, the consciousness, the mind that is just asking, let go. Let go of the past. We don't need to create it anymore. And creating it just keeps us held back from the future that we want. We all want that future. We're meant to have it in unity with one another. Our families need healing. Our children need role models as women and men who are united in love, not divided because we are giving ourselves away. All of our vital life source energies giving away. It's about the reclamation, the wake up, the rising. Thank you so much for being here and listening. It's taken me a while to be able to share this from this frequency that is very clear and pure. And also, there's an urgency to this, especially because as we co-create these new realities together, the more women and men who are awakening at this level and saying, no more. No more will I sacrifice my vital life source energy. I know that the reality is collapsing. I know that I'm evolving. I know that my soul is crying out for freedom. I know that my heart is broken. I know that within me lies the secret because I have desires. And that's the only thing you need to know to get you to this point of choice. Choose to become the alchemist. Choose to evolve and awaken and grow that radiant light from within you. Choose to follow your soul. Choose to bring that golden energy, that external reality, and all those manifestations that already exist. Choose to align to that. And again, that process is release the past, become present, and in the present moment, create a new relationship with what is. That new relationship comes more and more and more from love. And then when that energetic doorway opens up, leap into that new reality. Leap. And this is where quantum leaping, this is where, um, changing timelines. This is where it all unfolds. But remember, if you don't release, you cannot receive. The releasing happens first. So if you're hearing this and I have moved you and you are beyond motivated and beyond ready to, stop giving your time, your energy, and your power away and really get on with that divine goddess magic, radiant AF life where you are receiving love, then let's go. Let's go. Start today. Book a coaching call. Send me a private email. If you're watching this on YouTube or Instagram, send me a message and let's go. I've got the tools. I've got the education. I've got everything inside of my coaching programs. And these videos that I share with you, they give you a window into what's possible for you. But nobody's going to do the work for you. And the sooner you know what to do, the faster you get where you want to go. Thank you for watching and have a beautiful day.